member for Blaxland. Sorry.
Thanks, Mr Speaker. My question's to the Prime Minister. Building the South Rockhampton flood levee would protect 1,200 homes and could reduce insurance premiums for Rockhampton households by up to $400 a year. Rockhampton Council, the Queensland Labor Government and Federal Labor have all committed to funding it. Will it take another devastating flood for the Prime Minister to commit funding to build the levee and protect Rocky homes and businesses?
The Deputy Prime Minister has the call. Members on my left.
I thank the honourable member for his question, and I think it's quite a change to actually get a question on water policy. I think it's the first one I've ever got, and it's amazing that they'd give it on something on Central Queensland. In Central Queensland, where at Rockhampton we have put $130 million on the table and the money for the feasibility study to construct Rookwood Weir, and the Labor Party has done nothing. Absolutely nothing. Completely and utterly deserted the people of Central Queensland. Completely and utterly deserted the people of Central Queensland. And it's amazing that what happens with the Labor Party when they are so completely incompetent in the construction of water infrastructure. We have not got back. We want to help Queensland out. We've got so many proposals out there for Nathan Dam, Delinga Dam, Rookwood Weir, and the Labor Party just does not want to engage. They do not want to engage in water policy. And you know why they don't want to engage in water policy? Because of the Greens. Because of the Greens. No, they're fighting for the frogs up in Queensland, the Labor Party.
Deputy Prime Minister will resume his seat for a second. Deputy Prime Minister will just resume his seat for a second. The member for Blaxland on a point of order.
The question was about the Rocky flood levee.
Answer
the question or sit down.
Resume his seat. The member for Blaxland, the Deputy Prime Minister will resume his seat. The member for Blaxland can raise a point of order, but he's not going to give directions on what anyone should do in this place if he wishes to stay in here. The member for Blaxland is warned. The Deputy Prime Minister.
I must say he's rather terrifying, Mr Speaker. He's rather terrifying. And if we can go on, we can see in Central Queensland where the member for Capricornia with the Yeppan floodplain, with the roads on the Bruce Highway, she's fighting for Rookwood Weir. And the issues, of course, with the levee bank, you want to hear about the levee bank? No, they won't yell. The levee bank, of course, is a very divisive issue because you've got two lots of people. You've got the people inside the levee bank who want the levee bank, and then you've got all the people outside the levee bank, and you should go up to Central Queensland and talk to them. They're not so keen on the idea. They're not so keen on the idea. So the member for Capricornia is doing the diligent work in assessing whether the balance of goodness is making sure we flood more people outside the levee bank or save the people inside the levee bank. But in the meantime, you can reduce some of the water going to Rockhampton by building the Rookwood Weir. But why does the Labor Party always turn its back on blue-collar workers? That is the question that so many people in Central Queensland want to know. Why is it with the extra $1 billion worth of income, the extra $1 billion income that would come from the Rookwood Weir, they have said nothing in support of those blue-collar workers? Why is it on the back of the thousands of jobs that would come from the Rookwood Weir, they've said nothing for those blue-collar workers? They never stand up for workers. They always stand up for the inner suburbs. And when we go up to talk about the Rookwood Weir, guess what they want to talk about? Jackie Trad. That's what they want to talk about. Jackie Trad and the Cross River Rail. That's about as close as they ever get to Central Queensland. About as close as they ever get to Central Queensland. So we'll stand up for the coal workers of Central Queensland. We'll stand up for Rookwood Weir, and you just keep fighting for the wind chimes, old trout.